We've got Katy Bentz right here, right now, on the stream. So without further ado, allow me to push a button that will reveal unto you the one and only Katy Bentz! Katy Bentz!
Yeah!
Here. Hello.
Hello! Thank you for being here, and thank you for bringing along your super awesome community. We see so many of your emotes flowing in the chat.
Yes,
and
Katy!
And a bunch of new names. Come on in, come on in.
Yay! They're wonderful. They're amazing. Oh, I love it. They're awesome.
Clearly, they love you too.
Clearly.
First, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on stream, and congratulations on Life is Strange, True Colors, and Wavelengths. You did such an amazing job as Steph, and I'm so grateful to be able to talk about all things Life is Strange with you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. And again, thank you for having me back on your stream. It's been 3 years.
Yes, it has been 3
Whoa.
years.
3 years.
I mean,
you had me on for BTS, and that was such a treat. And so this is just such a special treat as well. So thank you both for having me back on. I'm excited to talk about everything.
I mean, here we are. I mean, a lot has happened in 3 years since we've last done this. We had a lot of fun playing through all the other Life is Strange games. I know you've been playing Life is Strange, True Colors and Wavelength on your stream. Did you play through the game multiple times and got different endings, or how are you as far as how much of the game is spoiler safe, or do you know everything that can possibly happen?
I know. I know everything. We can talk spoilers. It's totally fine.
Okay.
I'm sure there are tons of things that I haven't seen yet. I know that you guys had the same journey I did in Wavelengths, where we save the bay. So I haven't played or seen that other version of if you save Chloe. So I still haven't played or seen that. So that's something that I still need to see. But with True Colors, I did a Ryan romance playthrough and a Steph romance playthrough, and I try to do different things within all of them. But I'm sure there are still things I have not seen. But we can still talk. We can do spoilers all over the place. It's totally good.
All right, that's it. You all heard her. It's spoilers all over the place. Feel free to ask any question you want. If you have a question for Katy, but you can type in the chat. I think Katy's got the chat up as well. We saw you in there earlier with us. But if you want to tag at Dechart Games, our mods will pull those questions, and we've got an awesome running list of questions. And then, Katy, if you're down for it, we thought it would be kind of fun to do a little prediction dice rolling thing. Do you have a D20 laying around? Or you got one.
Nice.
Okay. All right, well, then we'll let you do the official rolling, because you are the one and only.
All right, I'm gonna start us off with a question from Cosmic Georgie, who asks, what was the audition process like? How did Steph come into your life?
Yeah, so I auditioned way back when for Before the Storm, and I self-submitted on LA Casting, which is part of a casting network where you go online and you can submit different things for auditions. And I submitted for a bunch of stuff, and I put myself out there for this voiceover video game gig. That's all I knew. And then they approached me with a callback, or with an audition, and then they approached me with the callback. Funny enough, I actually auditioned for Samantha instead of Steph, which is interesting. Yeah. And then they called me back for Steph, and then the rest was history for Before the Storm. And then with True Colors, they actually approached me at the end of 2018 and asked if I would like to reprise my role.
Which is like the thing any actor wants to hear.
That's the thing. Yes. Yeah, it was awesome. It's funny because I had seen with folks who are very into video games and everything, they're always on top of everything. They're like, oh, what's happening? So at one point, my community was like, oh, like I heard there's doing another I heard they're doing another one. And so I was like, interesting. And so me just being like, oh, I'm just going to shoot my shot. Like I messaged the game directors, and I was like, hey, I heard this was happening. But just want to put myself out there, even if like Steph never comes back again, I would love to be another character if the opportunity arises. And then one of the directors comes back at me and goes, what do you know? How do you know any of this stuff? And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean?
You're like, well, I have this D20.
Like, I have my feature here. No, but I was just like, yeah, so that was interesting. They were like, who told you anything? And I was like, nobody told me anything. The Life is Strange fandom is just always on top of any little thing that they get their hands on. They're on top of it.
Right.
This is why I had to go to Kansas.
Right. Yeah. Bye. Have fun in Kansas, the place where they don't make video games.
Yeah, exactly. They had no idea. But anyways, like, yeah, he was like, he ends up saying, oh, we were thinking about, possibly having stuff back, but we haven't talked about it yet. And I was like, oh, what the heck? Like, I was just over here shooting my shot, and had no idea that there was even that possibility. And then about 4 months later, I get the message from one of the higher ups saying, hey, we want to make this official. Would you like to reprise your role? And I screamed in my bed.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Good on you, Katy Bentz.
Yeah,
good on you.
I
taking
love
the
that.
initiative. Rolling for initiative.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Rolling for initiative. I don't know if me not messaging would have, changed anything or not, but it's cool, I mean, it just goes to show you that it doesn't hurt to just go out there and say, hey, I may have heard something was happening, even if something is not happening. Would still love to work with you guys again.
Sure.
Well, let's get no idea.
Let's get a round of applause in the chat for Deck9, absolutely crushing this game in the DLC and making a brilliant choice of having Steph return because it very clearly made a lot of people very happy.
Very happy.
And you've been streaming on Twitch for a long time. I mean, you were streaming on Twitch from before the storm, right? Or around that time?
No, I started streaming because of Before the Storm.
Okay. So it's been 3 plus years?
Yeah, it's been 4. I just celebrated my 4-year streamiversary at the beginning of the month, I guess. Yeah, this month.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Happy
Good job.
4-year anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, this is nice.
I know.
Look at all these pleasantries.
So this question has been asked by a couple different people. I see None Pizza, Beef Left, and Bo Rap all asking, what was the most rewarding part about playing Steph?
Oh, just that she is such a inspiration to so many people. She's such an important character. She's an important character in the LGBTQIA plus community. She's an important character for so many people who are involved in the music industry, people who are involved in, D&D. She's such an inspiration. There's so much to Steph that people can pull from and be inspired and motivated from. So just to be able to have the opportunity to play such an important character, who has stuck with so many people after playing this game is just, it's amazing.
She's also super cool. Steph is super cool. My high school self wishes that I had a super cool friend like Steph.
I know.
She's so down to earth.
Do you think that you got even cooler playing Steph, or do you think that you put some Katy Bentz cool into Steph? Which came first?
I hope. Well, Steph is definitely cooler than I am. I mean, 100%. Steph is way cooler than I am.
I don't know.
But
I hope cool
too. But I hope that I've taken some of her coolness and that she's taken some of my weird quirkiness, and I hope.
Well, something that I find extra cool about Steph is that she's nerdy and really, really owns that. And I feel like when someone owns their nerdness, it makes them extra cool. Yeah. And I think that she's just I love that about her. She's I'm nerdy. I like to LARP. I like D&D, and I'm still really cool,
Yeah, she's not afraid.
It's that just kind of a quiet confidence, we got a whole bunch of questions, so pardon me if I feel a little bit speed running with it, but we want to get as many as we can in during this hour we have you for. This one is from Katsukor, who says, what's the biggest life lesson you've learned from Steph or from this game in general?
Oh, I love this. So the biggest life lesson I've learned, it was actually after playing Wavelengths, and I just realized everything. We can try and distract ourselves with things all the time because we're not happy with the current situation we're in. And we can try and look for things for instance, what Steph was doing, trying to fill this void with finding a partner, but it never was working out. It wasn't the time, but she was trying so hard just to fill this empty void she had with being alone and not knowing, where her place was in life. But really, she ended up realizing that once you just kind of take hold of the present time and what's going on and where you're at in life at that moment, everything just kind of falls into place. And for Steph, she eventually runs into, her potential, if you choose to, go with Steph in True Colors, her potential new partner, which is awesome. So it just goes to show you that, stop trying to, I guess, try and fill this empty void. Just let yourself be in the present, and everything's going to kind of fall into place when it's supposed to.
That super rings true with me, especially when it comes to relationships, in my opinion. Like, there can be a lot of, like, I got to find my other half thing. And for me, it was kind of like, once I make this one whole complete individual, then it's a lot easier to find, like, a second, so you have, like, that 1 + 1 = 3 kind of synergy thing, instead of, like, I'm 49%, I need to find someone who's 51%, It's,
exactly.
kind of take ownership of relationship things, especially. A lot of love for your good advice in the chat.
That's great advice. I think something that I really took away from True Colors as a whole was how important it is to know yourself and to know your emotions and what they're stemming from, because that can also help you to know other people and understand where they're coming from. So really, like, looking inward and embracing yourself and embracing all of your true colors, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the weird, because that is what makes you sparkle, your true sparkliness. And it can help you to understand other people and connect with them.
It also... Go ahead. No, you're the special guest. I talk all the time here.
I was going to say, just be kind. Just be kind to the ones around you. Even if you don't know who they are, even if they're a stranger on a bus or on a sidewalk, just, like, smile at somebody. Be kind to somebody, because you don't know what they're going through and you don't know how much it could help them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And when you say that, it reminds me of the scene with Ducky. It's like just like a simple little moment between Alex and Ducky. But it really obviously means a lot to him. I love Ducky. Ducky's my fave now. I don't know.
He's my fave too.
I'm kind of having like a sort of a this is a spoiler-free conversation, but I got totally took by the Jed thing. I was like, handsome Santa, nice beard, everybody loves this homie. My wife wasn't going for it, but I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. And then in the end, I'm like, I need a new guy to look up to. Ducky! Like, I want Ducky to own the bar. Ducky should be mayor. Ducky should probably be leading this whole community.
Event,
maybe not. I don't know. We got a good question coming in from the Doctor Who, one of our awesome mods, who says, if Steph had a superpower like Alex or Max, what do you think it would be, or how would it manifest?
I think if it was to be anything, it would be this, like, future aspect thing. I think that would be something that would be cool to develop on, to turn into some kind of superpower or something in another universe. I think that would work really well for her, because she's good at it. She's good at predicting the future.
Right. And kind of reading between the lines, like listening to people. You're getting on their wavelength, like Alex is getting on people's emotional thing. I'm all about it. I really think that it would be fun to work in a radio booth, but doesn't it feel a lot like being a Twitch streamer? Like, look at your microphone there. Holy cow.
Oh my gosh. It was like, I remember I was thinking, this is exactly what I'm doing, like, on stream. Like, I am, like, in the Wavelengths, I related so much to Steph with everything. So that was really cool. Yeah, it was really cool. Steph could be a Twitch streamer. I could be a DJ in a booth. We could just switch it up. It'll be fine. Yeah.
If we could only just get some unlicensed music, you'd be the greatest DJ of all time.
I know.
Let's do it.
I know.
Maybe we could have a radio show where we had people who had their music that they're trying to hype up on Twitch, Like, that'd be kind of a cool thing. I've seen them do that, like a variety show of a bunch of other artists and stuff.
Yeah.
Having other streamers join us on stream has been one of our absolute favorite things about streaming.
Yes.
This is my question to you. It's not directly related to the game, but how is it for you playing through a game that you worked on with a live audience there? And did you do it for the first time, or did you have like a little sneaky pass on your own at home and then you played it?
I played it with the community the first time, because for me, the community has been with me this entire time. They've been with me since I started streaming, since the game came out, since before the storm came out. And some of the folks who are even here in your chat right now have been here for the since beginning, since 4 years ago.
Wow.
Like, they found me before the storm, and they have been here this entire time. And, new people have joined, within those 4 years, but they've still been here on this journey. And it's like, I want to experience it with them. You know what I mean? They've experienced me and going through Before the Storm and being a Twitch streamer. And like when I was, able to announce and say, hey, I'm doing this new game, Steph's returning. Like I wanted them to be on this journey with me. So that 6 months after the announcement in March leading up to the game releasing, I wanted them to be a part of it. And I think it's really awesome being a Twitch streamer and allowing your community to come in and be a part of things with you. It's really special. And so that just seemed like it had to happen.
Right. Well, they're clearly very happy about it. I see. Also, Cater Tots is adorable. The Cater Tots emote might be my favorite besides this one with the heart.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
This seems like the perfect segue. Sammy Hearts 312 asks, what was your initial reaction when you first started playing True Colors on stream?
It was just so it just seems so surreal. I mean, it still seems surreal even when even when watching you guys play it today, it just seems so surreal. And it just was a big lead up, not only from the announcement, but from the last 2.5 years of me knowing that this was going to happen and working on it. And so it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, it's here, it's here. And once, I started playing the 5th chapter, I was like, oh man, it's almost over. It's almost over. I was so bummed that it was like, this era is now, this chapter is now exiting. But it was really rewarding. It was a really cool feeling.
And don't worry, it's not over, Katy Bentz.
No.
You're gonna be asked to say lines from this game for the rest of your natural life.
Oh, I know. I know. Oh,
Speaking of, do you have any favorite lines or any moments from either Wavelengths or True Colors in general? Or you could even do favorite moment from Wavelengths, favorite moment from Life is Strange True Colors.
Right, and just for credit where credit is due, that question comes from, I don't know, I'm just vibing.
Oh, I love that name. So I think my favorite moment, my favorite scene, some of my favorite lines, even some of my favorite lines to deliver were the rooftop scene, where Steph literally is saying, hey, I don't know if you, have looked into yourself and thought about what you want in life and all that. Like that whole, I love that. I watch it back and it's like something that I'm very proud of. I'm like, wow, that turned out really, really well because it felt so good in the studio. Like, as actors, we perform something and it's like, man, that felt so good. Okay, I hope it looks good. I hope it turns out well. And so that turned out well, and it was something I'm very proud of. And it's just something that's also just so true. I think a lot of us do look into other people's lives to help other people, and we forget about looking inward at ourselves and helping ourselves. So it's just a great moment altogether. And then they kiss.
Right, and then they
I know, you're like,
they glow.
kiss me.
A beautiful golden glow.
Yeah,
I love
it's just
that.
like, whoa, and they light the whole hills on fire.
Yo,
with
and
the glow.
And real quick, I see there's a little explosion taking over our stream. We have a couple of multiple raids coming in at the same time.
Trisha Hirschberger, hello,
What's
come
going
on in.
Speaking of awesome streamers,
And Aqua Fire, double raids, thank you.
Thank you, everybody coming over from Trisha's and Aquafire's stream, as well as the raid we got from Stephanie's. What's going on?
So we're here with Katy Bentz right now, who plays Steph in Life is Strange True Colors, and we are asking them all of the questions. So if you have a question for Steph, please Steph.
Steph, Katy, Steph.
Katy. If you have a question for Katy, please tag at Dechart Games, and we'll pull the questions.
Sorry to interrupt, but somebody in San Diego's doing it again.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody in San Diego is an incredible supporter of streamers and the Twitch streaming community, and I gotta say thank you for the 100 gifted subs.
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
guacamole.
Thank you so much.
That is very generous of you. If you guys got one of those gifted subs, or you came over on the raid, or you're new to the channel or whatever, check out the starter kit we have up on our website, which will show you the way around and how you can link to our subscriber chats and stuff. Use all the perks of being a subscriber. But welcome aboard, everybody.
Katy, would you mind joining us in a big group hug?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
there we go.
I'm hugging.
I can feel it, Katy. I feel it.
Yes,
Especially this one hand though is just. Hold on.
Wait,
There we go.
Here, it's
Oh no.
It got twisted. We got it twisted.
Hold on. We're professionals.
Yeah, we're just sharing a headpiece.
Just 1 second. There you are. That's a lot of hype. Thank you, friends.
Yes, thank you. Okay, I have a question from Toshster, who asks, how important was it for you that Steph was such a strong LGBTQA character, because everybody loves her. So what was that like for you to get to wave that banner?
Oh my gosh, amazing. I mean, to be able to come in here as an ally and to be so respected by the LGBTQIA plus community, to bring on this character and to jump into her shoes. I mean, I am just so honored, that they've accepted me in this role, and to be able and to bring her to life. And the writers did an amazing job. Deck Nine created such a beautiful character. And I only, it's a small part that I helped to bring her to life. There's just so much more development into her, and so many people who do identify with the LGBTQI plus community that have put so much into Steph. And I think they created such a beautiful character that isn't a tropey LGBTQIA plus character in a media, and they just made her a person who happens to be a lesbian. She also is, does D&D, and she also is a DJ, and she also does all these things. And so it's just, it's a beautiful characterization, I believe. And I've heard it from so many people in the community that they're so appreciative of that characterization of her.
It's very clear with all these beautiful emotes flowing through here. There's a lot of pride and a lot of people who are feeling real good about it. So we appreciate you sharing about that. We got so many questions. This is a question about from Ruse Panda, who is curious. Is there just, here we are putting things out into the universe, right? Taking your shot. Mm-hmm. And just in case anybody's tuning in, is there a franchise or a series or a story or a book or a game you wish they'd make that they can cast you in? Like, what's that, that one idea out there? Let's summon it.
I would love to be able to play this really badass. Can I say ass?
Yes.
Ass? Okay.
Stream's over. Sorry guys, we gotta go. Shut it down.
I don't know. I'm so bad on my stream. I have to make sure before I unleash whatever I'm gonna say.
A bad bottom.
I need a bad bottom character. No, I want to play a badass femme fatale character. I just want to be kicking butt. I want to take control. I want to wear this awesome freaking outfit, and just take charge and just, I don't know, some kind of maybe superhero-esque, live action, let's go.
All right. If you're gonna be this badass femme fatale, what is your weapon of choice? Because I'm getting a picture right here. So what are you yielding? What are you wielding?
Let's get the the fan art going.
I honestly just her hands. She just can destroy. I don't want her to have anything else. She just has her freaking strength. She's just freaking strong. She can just kick people in the face and destroy them. I don't imagine her with any actual weapons of any sort. I think she can fly. I think she can fly.
I love it. No weapons, just flight and fists.
Yeah, flight and fists. That's her slogan, flight and fists. Yeah.
I love that. Ooh.
I would absolutely, and to be able to do, as much as you can, your own, stunts would be really cool. And to be able to learn just how the fighting techniques and all that stuff, I would love that. I would love that. That'd be so cool.
It's just time to start training,
Yes.
We gotta just find small inclines to get a little lift. I think it'd be easier to train for the fighting part.
Maybe. Yeah.
We'll check in with you next month. We'll be like, Katie, how's it going? And you're like, well, both of my arms are in slings, but I'm feeling good about the progress I've made.
I tried to fly off a mountain. I jumped off a hill over there.
I'm curious, what was the experience like filming for Life is Strange True Colors, and was it different than Before the Storm? Beyond the Storm.
Yeah.
Beyond the Storm.
Yeah, it was totally different because I was doing motion capture or full performance capture.
Right.
Nice.
So yeah, mocap, body mocap, and then face as well, face capture, and then the voice all at the same time. So with Before the Storm, I was doing just voice in a booth, but this time I was being flown out or drove out to Colorado and was in their little mocap studio that they had, and yeah, all decked out in the mocap suits. And it was just amazing. It was awesome. Mocap, as you guys know, I love it. It's so fun. It's just so cool. Especially doing, because it's a voiceover. Technically, you're doing voiceover. It's not you're not seeing your actual face or your body. It's the character. But to be able to perform the character full performance wise, so you're getting your body and your face and your voice all in one thing, makes it so much more genuine, I feel like. And because it's so, I mean, man, voice acting I just have so much appreciation for all those wonderful, greatest voice actors out there, because they're literally creating a character just with their voice, but being able to have the body and everything is just an addition. And so I appreciated it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did you get to be on set with the other actors, or was it?
Yeah. So
Nice.
there was a couple of scenes where I got to be with Erica, who is Alex, and then I also got to work with Eric, who's Ryan, and then Anastasia, who is Diane, and those are the only, and Ignacio, who is Ethan. Those were the only ones that I got to work with, because with the mocap studio, you could only have at least, like, I think up to 3 people in the room at once, or if there's more people, it would just make everything go haywire.
Yeah.
So they did a lot of, like, I did, for instance, the wake scene. So I did that by myself, like standing in the middle of the mocap room, as did everybody else, you know, at different parts. And then they just like placed us in the scene together, and then placed everything in there. Yeah. So those scenes where there's a lot of people in there, they weren't done during the same time. They were just done at different parts.
Interesting. Yeah. Were you wearing a headpiece, or did you have the markers on your face? Like, what was that? How were they doing the facial capture part?
So they had a helmet, and then they had this big band on the helmet with a camera. But we also had little like dots, I guess. It was just eyeliner, like around certain spots of our face to capture that. But yeah, it was FVO, face and VO. And yeah, the little camera just captured our face. And yeah, for a lot of it. There were some scenes we did that was just mocap for just our body, because they didn't need our face or something like that. And there was other ones where it was just face VO. So they would just need our face and our voiceover, and we could just be wearing whatever else on ourselves. So yeah,
I think they did a great job with it. The fidelity in the performance capture, especially the facial animation, is really awesome. The whole time we've been playing this game, I've been talking about like the fact that the characters don't fall into that uncanny valley thing. Like, they still very much look like they're animated characters, so we just believe them completely. But all of the little motions, like, you know, I remember when Jed was like trying to look away from Alex when she's really like boring into him. Like, that's such a human thing that, you know, you would, to have those little micro emotions come through.
And stuff,
and we see so much of Katy Bentz and stuff, like your smirk, like it's totally, she's got your smile, like she's just, you know, like
and your swagger.
Yeah, it's definitely cool to see that. I remember the first time seeing it and being like, wow, that was my face. Like, those were my eyebrows moving right there. This is so cool. And yeah, just to be able to see, like, yeah, you can see myself, but it's also just like the little Steph tendencies. Like the little Steph, like, half smirk she does, like, I don't do that. Like, that's not a Katy thing. So it's nice to see that, like, that's just a Steph thing, and it's come through and it's just Steph. Because yeah, like that, yeah, it's really cool. It's cool.
Yeah, you can make, when you have more faith in the fidelity of this performance capture and facial capture, you can start making bolder and bolder choices, because you're like, oh wow, they can really do this. Like, they can really translate that into the game.
Yeah.
And I just can't, like, it's crazy to see just the technology, you know, over the span of all of these different video games. And I just can't wait to see it grow and grow and grow into, you know, the future of what it's going to be. I don't know what that's going to be. VR, who knows?
Life is strange in virtual reality. Yeah,
where we get our own powers.
We're going to rummage through people's desks on our own and read their mail so that we know more about them.
Could you imagine?
All right, question for you. You are the new heroine of Life is Strange Next Generation.
Yes.
What is your superpower that you discover you have?
Ooh, like, what do I discover I have? Me, like me as in Katy Bentz. Oh my god.
Besides flights and fists?
I want to talk to animals.
Me too.
I want to talk to animals. I want to do that so bad.
Druid friends.
Yes. Well, so you're also in the game, and we talk to animals together, and together we're a duo, and we take on the entire next generation. Yes.
Oh.
I like it.
Yeah.
Bryan, you can be in it too. You can be in it too.
For party building, so we have a well-rounded party, I will have absolutely no idea what's going on when I'm talking to anyone, especially animals. I'll just be like, I don't know. I don't get it. Yes. Magic missile.
I really wish I could just talk to squirrels. I want to talk to squirrels. So they're so cute.
Yeah.
I love squirrels.
It would also be cool to talk to trees, because they've seen so much go down, you know, for like generations and generations. So
can I take that when you guys can talk to the animals and I'll be talking to the tree?
Just standing over here.
Just taking a long time. Hold on one second. I I think he's saying something here.
Yeah.
High Speed Merge again. Thank you for the gift sub to Nom the Burritos and Lyrelia with the gift sub to somebody in San Diego. Appreciate you, team. Thank you for the love. Lee, when I read Sunflower Danny's got a good one.
Sunflower Danny asks, what was your process when you were going to do the more emotional high stakes scene? Do you have any things that you would do to prepare to get yourself into that mindset?
Yeah, I honestly, I would just I would study the lines beforehand and get into that emotion the night before, and then I would come into the space, and when we were doing those moments, I would just kind of take a beat and just let it sink in. I don't really have this intense listening to sad music or I don't have this intense process that I know some actors do have, which is totally valid, and however we get there is how we get there. But yeah, I just kind of take a moment and just I'm sad, or I'm going through this thing, or Steph is dealing with the loss of her really good friend, and how's this feel? Okay, let's get into it. And I think that the lines really, really helped with that. I mean, every single scene that I got was just amazingly written, and I just couldn't believe it. The words that I'm saying are words that somebody would actually say. I think so many times as actors we're like, what in the hell is
it does feel very lived in. The script is very believable and naturalistic in that way, which I think actually cuts us even deeper, because we just we know what people are. You can read between the lines a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do think it's worth mentioning that for anybody out there who's interested in acting or working in this kind of a medium, that there's a lot of good exploration that comes with giving yourself permission to feel, because that's basically what you're describing is taking down all of the barriers we put up to protect ourselves in day-to-day life, that to be able to do the scene on set, you have to just kind of let all that protection go and be like, all right, I'm ready, heart chakra, ready for business,
Yep.
I'm ready to take this scene personally. So I think that can be useful. And there's a lot of creative people here. If you're here on the chat, I'd be curious to see what is your creative expression. For us, it's acting and streaming. I feel like is a creative expression.
Yeah.
Do you have any other hobbies or things that you do that are just for fun, Katie, that besides acting to stay creative?
Yeah. I mean, I picked up painting, not it's paint by numbers painting, but I did do a Bob Ross painting, and I was actually pretty proud of myself, so that was pretty cool.
You don't have it conveniently off camera that you could just immediately
I have it right there.
I mean, can I see it?
I see a lot of friends are talking about writing, drawing, virtual photography, animal behavior, and training. That's cool.
I see some singing. I see some sculpting. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of okay, right?
It's beautiful.
That's not kind of okay. That's gorgeous.
I want to go to there.
It's weird. I couldn't believe that I made this. I was but I think that's just how it is with Bob Ross. He makes it possible for the impossible to happen for folks, I think. I don't know.
So you were painting this with a Bob Ross recording?
Yeah, I did this on stream dressed up as Bob Ross. It was ridiculous.
Amazing.
Oh my God, I need to watch that.
That's a perfect moment for me to remind people, ! Katie in the chat will get you to Bob Ross's channel. And if you want to follow Katy Bentz, please do on Twitch.
Yes.
You're streaming all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like you're on Twitch every day.
Where can people find you and when?
Yeah, I usually stream Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'll take a day off or something like that. I have a new stream schedule up in my Discord every Sunday, but usually I stream in the mornings at 11 a.m. and then I'll do another night stream at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Nice. And do you have another scheduled Bob Ross stream? Because that's what I'm looking for. Would you do that again?
I mean, sure, I'd do it again. Yeah, because it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was a big hoot. And yeah, the wig that I have though looks like an Annie wig. It looks like I'm Annie.
Oh,
instead of
Annie.
Annie Ross.
Yeah, little orphan Annie instead of Bob Ross. So I need to get a different wig. It's too red. It's just way too red. But yeah, so that's something that I enjoyed doing. I like the paint by numbers stuff. That's really fun. And yeah, I think going out and hiking and stuff too helps me to want to come back and be productive and be creative. So getting outside is really important for me and so needed.
Yeah. Especially after spending so much time in front of a screen, indoors.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a question for you from Her White Knight asking, what was your favorite season to record of Wavelengths? Because there's 4 seasons.
Question.
Yeah. I would say the final season because Steph is finally winter. Steph is finally like in her element.
Yeah.
She's in her element in fall too, but there's some stuff going on in fall where she's not like really there. But yeah, wintertime, like her lines are just like coming off. It was really awkward to record the fall, right? Was that the first is that the first season? What was the first season? Not fall.
I think it was spring, yeah.
Summer? Spring. Spring was the first one. So it was awkward to record Spring's recordings because she's so uncomfortable. So it was like, okay, how do we make Steph sound like she's out of her element, she's uncomfortable, and she doesn't sound right, So it sounds a little bit weird. So that was hard to do, but it came off really well. And you see that arc too, like you see how uncomfortable and unsure, and she just doesn't want to do this. And then when you get to wintertime, she's just like, bada bing, bada bang, bada bang, let's go,
Right.
Yeah.
I love the line, you're on the air with Steph, and I'm not alone in the world. Like I just love that, she's just ready. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, I kind of want to use that as our roll into asking people about their calling in. I'm just going to throw this out there real quick as we finish up a few more questions because there's a bunch of questions in our Q&A chat. But if anybody wants to call in, if you have a question or a riddle, a circumstance like the callers in Wavelengths DLC, go ahead and tag at Dechart Games, and the mods are going to pull those in, and then Amelia and I will call in for you with Katy Bentz, who will roll a d20 and predict your future. So the auto bot in the chat will only allow such maybe a couple of sentences. So if you can kind of dehydrate your call in into like a couple of questions, a couple of sentences, it won't get deleted by the bot.
Ooh. Mary Fox 26 has a cool question. Katy, if you were a color, what color would you be?
Ooh, if I was a color, okay, so like not my favorite color, but if I was a color, probably some kind of like some kind of yellow, like a really nice, pretty yellow, like a sunflower yellow.
Oh, I like that.
I like yellow. Yeah, just kind of, I like that. I would be a yellow.
Happy color.
Which is very complementary to your environment you're in right now. This purple and pink and that yellow color scheme works for you.
I know.
I can see your glowing aura is happy.
I also really like that Steph painting behind you.
Yeah, who did that beautiful portrait?
So Q Tori, so Q T and then the number 0 RI, Q Tori. They're on Twitter. Yeah, very amazing artist. Yeah, I know. I love it so much. There it is. It's so beautiful.
All right, we have a fortune teller question.
Yes.
This one is from Marina Sarani, who says, calling into the radio, hey, Steph, I've got this crush, and I just don't know how I should tell them that I like them, or should I even say anything at all? What does my future look like?
Okay, let's see. Ooh, all right. So
what's the number on that die?
It's a 9.
Okay.
It's a 9.
All right.
It's a 9. So, maybe it's not the time right now to be focusing on your crush. Maybe you need to focus on yourself, like what we were talking about earlier with Steph focusing on herself and, trying to get yourself up to that percentage, not just that 49%. So maybe it's time for you to focus just on you right now, and your crush will maybe come to you. Who knows?
Ooh, interesting. Very play the positive kind of way to describe a 9 out of 20.
I like it very much. I do think that's an important part of, putting yourself out there. Dating is feeling good in you, making sure that you feel confident in yourself. Yeah. Okay, so here is another question for the fortune teller. Her white knight. Okay, so the white knight has been craving something. Bubbles and tea. Bubble tea.
Bubble tea?
What might be the chances that bubble tea is in their future this week?
Okay, let's see. Oh, not good. Not very good.
I hate to break it.
There's about a how would this be? I don't know math. It's maybe like a 16% chance.
It's pretty low.
So it's pretty low.
You rolled a 3?
Is that math? Okay, maybe not 16%. Maybe whatever.
You get 5% per one on your D20 there.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
He's a math one.
That is a math one. I still don't even know what you said. That's how much I don't math.
100 divided by 20 is 5, so 5% per one.
He is a math one. It's 6. It's a 6. It's
all right,
6.
30% chance.
There you go. Look at him. He's so good. Okay, yes, 30% chance. So there's a possibility, but the possibility is not high. Maybe you get, maybe you're getting a mocha this week.
Okay. So look for the positive in the mocha. Enjoy the mocha.
Enjoy it. Exactly.
Try something new.
Here's a good one.
You got a good one?
All right, yeah.
Okay. This one's from It's Nana G, fortune teller. I'm going to propose to my girlfriend next month. How will it go? I'm just so excited.
Oh my gosh, Nana, that's exciting. Okay, hopefully this rolls nicely. It's gonna go. It's gonna happen because you're doing it, right? But can you see? Wait, how does this work? It's the makeup challenge.
Autofocus is telling us that's a 20%. We're looking at 20% team.
All right.
So it's gonna happen, but maybe it rains that day. You know what I mean? Maybe you accidentally step in some gum and you track in, like some stuff, and it just is awkward. But it's gonna happen regardless, and I think that it's gonna be a yes. But there just might be some other circumstances along the way that are, doesn't make it the perfect day.
Bring an extra pair of socks.
Yeah,
bring an extra pair of socks. But it's okay because you know what? The world doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all these things coming in and to think something be perfect. What is perfect is your love for each other.
Katy Bentz, I want this radio show.
I love this radio show.
I feel like you could go a long way with a caller in kind of
rolling.
situation.
I've rolled in so many low scores.
That's okay. That means there's a 20 waiting for us right around the corner.
I know.
That's how
gonna get this 20. That's how it happens.
All right. So here is a caller coming in. Black Rose 013 says, "I'm starting to look into universities and apply to them. How are my chances of getting into my dream school?"
Okay.
That's always a stressful time.
It definitely can be a stressful time.
So I would say don't put all of your eggs in one basket. I think that maybe, there's going to be a couple of dream possible schools out there for you, and just to put yourself out there to all of these different possibilities, because you have no idea which could happen and what you could get from any of these possibilities. For instance, I got into an acting conservatory, but I ended up going to a liberal arts school, which is so weird. I could have been in, but who knows? I wouldn't be right here.
Right?
I wouldn't be right here talking to you guys. I would never have met you guys, honestly. So it's like, those are the things. If you don't get into this, really great school that might be your dream school, or you do get into this really great program and you're like, I don't know about that. You make that different choice, and it could be the right choice.
I think that's excellent advice. I really do, especially when it comes to going to schools. I think that give yourself more options in the big scheme of things, like the other $35 or $100 or whatever it is to apply to any kind of school, and a couple more essays to write. In the big picture, having one other option is going to open a whole new potential set of options for you. And you could go to school where you're like, I never even thought I would go to school in New York. I mean, I definitely was not thinking that was going to be the path. And then after visiting the school in person, I was like, oh shit, maybe this is my dream school. Like I would have totally written it out beforehand, but I just on a whim auditioned,
I also think that, sometimes we have a very focused idea about what our idea of success looks like. But sometimes, there's a brighter spot on the horizon someplace else. So just shifting your focus a little bit, you can see that, I thought that this is what was going to make me happy, but actually this is really bright and sparkly and it's making me really happy, so I'm just going to go towards it. So to loosen your idea of what success is going to look like, because there's many different ways to be successful, and it doesn't have to look like one specific way.
Right.
And to also understand that, you can make a decision and make a choice and be on that path and be like, this ain't for me. And then you can be like, I'm going to go backwards and just go back on the other path. You can do that. That is totally a possibility.
Yeah.
You know what else is totally a possibility is that Mr. Debo, who's one of our awesome moderators, thank you, mods, is asking a question, calling into Steph, saying, Steph, I have been going back and forth in my mind for many, many days, trying to make an important decision about what tattoo should I get. I want to make a decision about what tattoo to get, and I need the fortune teller's advice. What should Mr. Debo do?
Okay. Alrighty. So I think that, man, this dice. So,
okay, a 9. We don't hate it. We don't hate it.
So I think that definitely you should get something that is near and dear and true to your heart, something that means something to you, something that you can look at and say, you know, I'm really glad that I have this with me forever. Yeah, I think that I think that's it.
If I'm reading into that 9 a little bit, though, it feels like there's some instinct to get a tattoo in a language in which you are fluent.
There you go.
Yeah, and also what you could do is you could use a ballpoint pen and put that, you know, draw that tattoo on and just live with it, not permanently, for a little while, and see if that's really what makes you happy. So you have your whole life to tattoo yourself, you know, make sure you're like,
make sure you really dig it before it's spell check
the tattoo.
Oh, here's one more caller calling in. They're a little bit stoned, I can tell. They're just saying, hey Steph, I heard everything you told me at the end of the DLC, but is there any chance that there's pizza in my future tomorrow?
No. It's a 2.
That's no pizza for you.
No pizza for you. I'm sorry. No pizza.
Spoke
Maybe
the truth.
you like smell pizza somewhere, but you think it's pizza and it's actually not pizza. It's something. It's rice. It's not pizza. You don't get any pizza.
It's rice?
That smells like pizza? God. That's torture.
That's a horror story. Where's this pizza coming from? Oh, it is only rice.
It is but only a bowl of rice.
So here's a question from a caller. Vishelia is calling in to say, I have a passion for my job, but sometimes it comes and goes. I'm more excited about what I'm doing one day, and then the next, and I'm worried that my passion for my job is slipping. What can you tell me, future fortune teller, about my passion for my creative work?
Okay. It is but another 9.
Oh.
Okay.
I think
that's a weighted dice.
I think there's some weight in here. I don't know if the person who gave me the die is here in the chat, but there's a possibility. Roman, I don't know, your dice are a bit iffy here. I think that with this 9, I think you need to look truly inwards at this passion with what job you're working at right now. It's like what we were saying before, you know, you could be on a path and realize it's not the path, you know, for you, or what Amelia was talking about, like this success or this happiness could be bringing you somewhere else. So maybe this job isn't, you know, the best fit for you, and you're just realizing this right now, and that's why you're having this question about passion. So maybe looking in at what your other passions are outside of this job.
Oh, yes. And what is that one passion that you were connecting to? What is it connected to? Because Amelia and I really like this idea of like going towards the brightest spot on the horizon. Yeah. I really think that, you know, words are important. Words matter. So if I frame something as like, oh, I've got to fight for this, your energy is coming at it with aggression or with fighting, and so for me, the thing is really more about like looking and being aware of like, what is the brightest spot, and being okay if you were going this way and you're like, but the brightest spot is over there, and being allowed to kind of recalibrate every now and then. I think that adds up a lot for me, because I didn't tell my parents, hey, I'm going off to university, and then 15 years later I'd be playing tons of video games and streaming on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, I could have never predicted this, but each thing kind of connected to the next phase that eventually gets us to where we are today. You know?
Yeah.
Do you want to pull any more fortune teller questions? Maybe we have one more that we can throw at Steph, and then I want to be respectful of your time because you have some other cool things to do today, and we also have a prize to give away. We got that Alex Chen's jacket.
That's such a cool prize.
It's super cool. You don't need a denim jacket, do you, Katy Bentz? We could put our finger on the scale. And...
I have my Alex. You can't see it. It's over there though. I have.
All right, as long as you're covered.
I have. You guys are so kind.
We're good to give it out then.
Which one of these should I do?
Oh, let's see. What's that? I think maybe the top one.
Okay. All right. We have a caller coming in. Voltic Thief 646 is calling about a very important question. They want to stream, and they're trying to figure out streaming on Twitch, streaming on YouTube. What is my future streaming life gonna look like? Should I put myself out there?
Let's roll this. Come on.
Come on, D20. Come on, D20.
It's a 10, and it is our highest one so far.
Hey!
It is a 10. So this is interesting. It's a 10. It's split right down the middle. You are kind of split between these two things, right? Twitch and YouTube. What did they say? Porque los dos? Why not both? I don't think I'm doing it right. I don't think I said that right.
Yeah.
Why not both? So, there's a lot of people who first start out on stream. Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of people, I'm so sorry, who start off on Twitch and YouTube and do a multi, stream to both of those places. So why not try that and see which one works for you best? Maybe you find out that YouTube actually has a better audience and you're getting more followers over there. You're getting a better, traction than Twitch, or vice versa. So try streaming on both.
Yeah, give it a go. I think that's good advice too. I mean, we upload all of our past streams, including this awesome interview with Katy Bentz, will be up on our YouTube channel later for anybody who misses it, or the VODs are available on Twitch immediately after the stream ends. And Katy, with all this talk of streaming and stuff, I want to just encourage everybody again to drop a follow on your channel, join you when you're live. You got a super awesome community. I'm very proud of the beautiful people that hang out with us here all the time, and I know a lot of them crisscross and hang out with you too, so it's got to be good vibes all the way through.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else that you wanted to shout out to the world while we got you on the line?
I just want to shout out to you both, because again, I say this all the time, but I just want to say it again to your faces in front of all of your wonderful community here. You guys were so welcoming as streamers to me becoming a streamer and having me on your stream back in the before the storm days. And you lifted me up and you supported me as a streamer, and you told your community to come over and check me out. And some of those people they're like, I found you from Bryan and Amelia, so many people, and they're still in my stream to this day. And so just that you guys lift other streamers up, and I see it all the time, and it's amazing. You guys are all about inclusivity and bringing other people together who are streamers, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And what you do is just inspiring, and it motivates me as a streamer. So I just want to talk you up and tell you how much I appreciate you guys.
We receive it. We receive your love and are grateful for it. And we'll make sure to pay it forward at the end of the stream. Every stream we end with a raid over to another channel. So I'm sure we'll find someone who's playing Life is Strange True Colors and go show them some love. So that's a way that you guys can help us do that. And we really are grateful for everybody that joins us live and shares that positive spirit and that inclusive energy with all the other channels that we visit on Twitch, because there really are some wonderful, beautiful souls that are out there streaming, and really it's just a matter of us stopping by to say what's up.
Yeah, finding your people, finding your crew.
Yeah, and we got a huge message here from somebody in San Diego who would like to say, many thanks, Katy Bentz, for stopping by with the Cater Tots.
I love that name so much.
Late birthday cheers to our dear Amelia, and we are thrilled to share her celebration. Remember, every time we share with Katy, holy wow!
Oh my gosh!
I can't even read it. Can't even read your message. Hold on. Every time we share with Katy, who like Steph got our back no matter what. And our Deviant Tracy is a true gift to all of us. Hashtag play the positive.
Yes!
Somebody in San Diego blowing it up. What? Thank you.
Should we turn the disco ball on?
Let's turn a disco ball on.
So this is what we like to do, Katy. When things get so hype, we have a disco party, but we have to do it in slow motion, silently.
Very quietly. The baby is sleeping. Thank you, somebody in San Diego. The hype is unreal. Turn down the volume.
Turn down for what?
Turn down.
Turn down for what?
Thank you. That's awesome. Hey, Katy Bentz, not to make too many jokes about muting the music on this stream, but let me ask you this. Do you have a favorite song or artist that you're listening to right now? If we were going to rock out on our own and we could drop into some good tunes, what do you got a DJ recommendation for us on the music tip?
Yeah. There's one song that I recently found out from somebody, like a bunch of people sent me recommendations on Instagram, and this song is called Colorado by Milky Chance. It's really great.
Ooh, I love Milky Chance.
Yeah, so what you've heard, maybe you've heard of this song. It's wonderful. It's just like such a feel-good song, and if you like Colorado and maybe you want to like, you know, imagine yourself in Haven Springs, I don't know, just listen to it. It's great.
That's an awesome recommendation.
Yes. I will totally listen to that as soon as we finish the stream.
Yeah, I got the YouTube link. I'm going to drop it in the chat for anybody who wants to check it out and get themselves some official Katy Bentz jams.
I also have a music recommendation, a song that you turned me on to, actually. It's by a band called Half Alive, and the song is called Still Feel. So for me, those lyrics like really hit. So if you haven't heard it yet, check it out. Also check out the music video, because the music video is so freaking cool. So thanks for the music recommendation, Katy.
Yeah. We appreciate you being here, Katy. I'm gonna let you go, and then we'll do the our prize winning and our prize drawing giving before the end of the stream. Thank you, Katy.
Thank you.
Thank you guys again. Bye, everybody.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
You rock.
Good job, Katy. Katy is the greatest.
Gosh. Love that lady so much.
So I feel like totally charged up
I
with
know.
some good vibes. Thank you, Katy Bentz, and thank you also to the awesome community of the Cater Tots.
The Cater Tots.
The Cater Tots who have come through with much hype. Somebody in San Diego, again, thank you for your generous message and support.
Thank you,
anybody who gave some gift subs and stuff on the channel today. We got Withheld Storms back for 42 months and Pumpkin Tiger back for 40 months. Yo!
So cute. The Cater Tots. I'm curious how that name came to be, because like I like tater tots.
I mean, I like tater tots and I like Katy Bentz.
Was she
Am I a cater tot?
I think we're Cater Tots.
I think we're
officially
Cater